Well, hello everyone. We are back today in the kitchen and we are making Amish chicken. This is one of my sister's recipes and it is absolutely delicious. You serve it over egg noodles. So we're going to mix this up. It takes no time to mix up. It goes in the oven at 350, uncovered for an hour and a half, actually an hour and a half. And it's just delicious. So let's get going. So we're going to start with 1 cup of flour. And so you know how I always tell you, let's pull this into view. Heap it up there good. Heap it up. And we're not baking, so it's not quite as important, but still, message is always the same. Tap it off. Get it in there. We're not trying to pack it, we're trying to just get the air bubbles out. And level it off with the back of your knife. And I'm going to put it in something bigger. You know, the other night I was making pork tenderloins and I put them in a bowl that was much too small. So I had a nice large mess on my hands. So today we're going to do it a little differently. So to that we're going to add 2 teaspoons of granulated garlic. You know, I'm fond of this. This is a Kirkland product, which is available at Costco. And take the lid off. And it's granulated garlic, not garlic salt, not garlic powder. Granulated garlic is just plain garlic. So that's 1, 2. Garlic powder to me tastes very chemically. And garlic salt means then that I can't control my other salt. So this is just straight garlic, and that's what I use. And we need a tablespoon of salt. So you know the other thing I always tell you is I use kosher salt. Again, I think it melts better, it cooks better, and it's just what I use. A teaspoon of pepper, and I also use coarse ground pepper. So you're just getting to hear all of the things that I think just cook better. They just cook better. And then 2 teaspoons of paprika. And paprika, what I happen to have here is sweet Hungarian paprika. Whatever kind of paprika you have works for me. And that is what we're going to use as our dredge. Okay? So I'm going to take my trusty whisk and whisk it all together. I don't want to, as you can see, have all the paprika in one end and all the salt in one end. I want to give it a nice mix, thorough mixing. So we're getting it all. All right, there we go. And that's about as complicated as this recipe gets. I am going to spray my pan off with Carlini, my original. This is the Aldi spray, $1.50. I'm telling you. I know I tell you it's $1.45, it's $1.65, it's $1.55. It's no more than $1.65, and it just depends on the day of the week. But I'm going to spray the sides and the bottom real well. I've got my oven preheating at 350, by the way. And then I have my chicken. I'm using thighs. You can use chicken breast. These are bone-in thighs, bone-in skin-on thighs. You can use chicken breast if you like. We just are a fan of dark meat, so that's what we're using. So I'm going to dredge it in here. So I'm going to press it in and flip it. Get it on all the sides, nooks and crannies. And in it goes into my baking dish. And if you can, hopefully you can see this. And I have 8 pieces here. So to tell you the honest truth, I'm not going to make you stay with me while I do all 8 pieces. So I'll be back as soon as they're done. Okay, really, that didn't take that long. I could have left you with me because I'm already at my other end, and I bet you it hasn't been 3 minutes. So this is one of those recipes that would be a great, the only thing is it takes an hour and a half to bake it uncovered, to make it nice and crispy, and to make the, because it's going to make its own gravy. And so to make that gravy fully develop and to get it all cooked is an hour and a half. But if you get home from work at 5:30, you know, by 7:30 you're eating dinner. So, and it's going to be delicious. So, and I do want to show you that. See on the underneath sides here, I'm just really getting it in there and scooping it in so that I can make sure I get it in all the good nooks and crannies of this piece of chicken. So, all right, so there it is. Now, what my sister tells me is that to take this leftover flour and to put it on there and down inside of the kind of nooks and crannies of the whole thing. I know I'm talking like they're English muffins, but there you go. So it's in there. She said that she used all the extra flour. So that's what I'm going to do. There we go. Okay, so hang on and let me get my hands clean. I'll be right back. Okay, hands are clean. I did want to mention to you, you saw before that I was dredging it and I had my foil pan, and you've heard me say more than one time that I am the self-professed queen of the foil pan as far as cleanup and all that kind of stuff. The reason I'm not doing this, or when I don't do roasts and things like that in one of those foil pans, is because they are very thin. And I think when you're baking something like this, like a heavy meat, that you need something a little bit more substantial, just as far as the transference of heat goes. So that's why I'm using this instead of a foil pan. So the last thing that we're going to do to this is we're going to take heavy cream, again an Aldi product, and it's 2 cups of heavy cream, which, you know, come on, you know that's got to be good, right? And of course, you know I'm just shy. It's okay, I always have a backup. And you know, I did a pantry thing yesterday, and I did go to the store, and when I went to the store, I had used up the last of my brown sugar. Actually, I have about that much left in a bag, but so I just bought another one, so that so I always keep that pantry rotating on the, you know, as if I use something, I replace it. So just enough said on that. I'm still kind of helping you build your pantry. Okay, so that is 2 cups of heavy cream, and she said just to pour it right over the top. So that's what I'm doing, right over the top. And interestingly enough, you would think that it would, but that it's not taking any of that flour off. It's kind of, the flour is dry. So, and then it's 2 cups of chicken broth. Well, of course, you know I got my own from when I baked chicken last week. So here is 2 cups of chicken broth. And if you remember, we're using a dry measuring cup. So in that goes. All over the top. And there it is. Now I am going to put this in my oven, which is preheated at 350. The other thing is, hold on one second, I'll be right back. The other thing is, I have egg noodles. So this is going to be served over egg noodles. So I am going to set my timer for 30 minutes. I'm going to fill my big pot with water, and in 30 minutes the timer will go off. Now this is going to have to go another 30 minutes on top of that, but it will give me time to start my water to boil, because these are going to end up having to boil for 10 to 12 minutes. So it'll take 15 minutes for my pot to come up to boiling, and another 12 minutes for that. So it should come out just about the same time. So I'm timing my pasta so that it will be done at the same time my chicken's done, so my meal will be done. At that same time, I'll get this going. I'll probably make a salad. So I'll let this go for an hour, and then in an hour from now, we'll be back and see what's happening with the chicken. Okay, be back. Okay, y'all, playing with buttons is never a good thing for me, and that's exactly what I've been doing. So this is going to end up in 2 videos, simply because I cannot figure out how to get this thing back to the other way. So when it comes out of the oven and I have my noodles, I will bring you up to date with the second video. So sorry.